Our dear deans, principals, head of the departments, some of the faculty members, our Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Shalya Ras. Without her patronage of today's event, it was not possible to carry out today's function. Only thing I want to say that I wish when I saw this ground today, I wish it was full of students. But because of limitations of the COVID-19, we have to restrict the number. But still, we were very firm that we must celebrate. And today, this day, by now you all are aware why we are celebrating this day, particular day, 30th. Now, when we say that we celebrate a day, why do we celebrate actually anything? We celebrate because we want to remember something and we want to learn something out of the event, out of a person. And we call them our heroes. And who is the hero? Hero is the one who does something which is beyond a normal capacity. So that definition fits in well on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Now much has been talked about, so many aspects has been covered, but I would like to cover those aspects which interest the students. That Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he was born in Cuttack in a family which was, I think he was the 8th son of his parents and his father was a lawyer. Now we have to think that why he actually developed into this kind of personality. It doesn't happen a day. In fact, I don't know how many of you know that his father was actually a supporter of British rulers. So things started from there itself at home. He didn't like, even when he was very small, 3-4 years, he used to wonder why is it so. But he used to respect his parents and he carried on. And his schooling was in Cuttack, where when he was 6-7 years old, that time even the schools, the teachers was Anglo-Indians, and he was surprised to know that Hindi and Sanskrit was not taught as it should have been taught. In fact, the Indian students were not allowed to travel along with the British students, and they were put a condition that unless you learn Bible, they will not be allowed. So again, this was a sort of discrimination went into his head, and something started from there itself. So this was his schooling, the beginning, and then thereafter he went to the President's College, Calcutta, and he found to his surprise that same thing happening there. Indian students, even they come across the path of a teacher which was Anglo-Indian, they were punished. He objected, he made his own group, and his leadership qualities start coming into him. He continued that way to that extent that he was rusticated from the Presidency College. Thereafter the parents thought that he is going to spoil his career, so he thought that he should send to the England to do the ICS. He did ICS and topped. But then he realized, and he was offered a good appointment by British rulers, he refused. Now we usually think that why did he refuse? Because he knew that what British rulers wanted, that once he goes to that post, then he will get involved in making money and all those things. But his objects were different. And then he came to India, leaving behind all that, and then his journey in the politics started. And then the rest of the history, you know that he became President of Congress, and in the second occasion, again he was elected, won the election of the President Congress by one vote against the candidature of Mahatma Gandhi. And Mahatma Gandhi did not like it, and he said that his candidate defeat is his defeat. This jolted the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and he resigned. And then he discussed the matter with Mahatma Gandhi and said that I think the way of working is different, we must depart. And he was not convinced with the ideology of Mahatma Gandhi ji, that you know. Then he continued all the things, and then he was sick, and then he was house arrest, and because the people, they knew that if he continue like this, he will be more popular, or he was emerging leader, so he was put even in the house arrest, he was sick, and that is the time when in the disguise of Pathan, he left country, reached Kabul, reached Arsha, met Stalin, and asked for the help. Stalin refused. He said, even I help you that, he said, I don't think that Indians can manage their own affairs. And then he went to Germany, met Hitler. Hitler did not support that much, but indirect support was there. And it was actually when he reached to Japan, he got the full support. And no wonder that he laid the foundation of Indian-Japan relationship. Even today, the India and Japan is very good, friendly countries. And thereafter, there is history that all you know that then Singapore, government in exile, and then he landed in Andaman Nicobar. But though it has been discussed, but what we actually, people don't get convinced many times that possibly it was, may not be 100% effort that the British, they have to leave the country. The reason for leaving the country was, though that point of time, when by the time the INA reached Kohima, the conditions were quite bad, and half of the INA soldiers, they died because of disease. It was raining, very bad weather, food supplies were the problem, and that is the time when Hitler lost the battle, and Japan was bombed with the atomic bomb. So everything was adversary at that point of time, but then he realized that it's not happening, but he has already given his slogan, Delhi Chalo, and his followers, some of them like Mr. Dillon and some other people, they were caught by the British Army and they were put on trial in the Red Fort. This was the turning point of the history. Once this happened, then the people realized, or Indian soldiers realized, or particularly they started with the Navy, and there was mutiny in the Navy starting from the Mumbai and then Karachi, that these are our own people, they have done so much and they are put on the trial. Therefore, there was general awakening in the masses, and this was the reason, though at that point of time the British has already won the World War II, but still they could not hold on, because they knew now without support of Indian soldiers and masses, they will not be able to sustain here for long. So that was the reason they left. So what I am trying to say is that here was the person who just see the whole life history, he did nothing for himself, he did for the country, right from the day one. And that's how we remember those heroes, and we want to learn. Look, that there is extraordinary things which any human being can create or do it. So that is a lesson for particularly these things meant for the new generations, our students. So this was the thing which, so it was one sphere that event come to political field, but that is not the things on the political field, but that applies in every field wherever you are. If you are determined, you want to do good for the country, you can contribute in so many ways. As the things, many like Swachh Bharat and other things, so many things are going on. So if you keep an eye and see that you are part of it, you feel the sincere citizen of your own country, then things will move in the right direction, and you will be creating your own future, a good future. So that's what is required, and that's why we celebrate, and that's why we are celebrating today. But I think second week of December, when this was going on that we will celebrate this and that, then I asked Dr. Atul, would you be available here in Suvarti? He said, no, I will be celebrating in Dehradun. Shall we go ahead? Yes, then he said, why not? because we thought that I don't know, because this is first time happening, and that's why even students must be wondering even today when before they came, why this we are celebrating on 30th, we are already celebrating 21st. So this was the reason, and then I requested him, sir, if you will not be here, so it will be right thing that we get a message from you. And this requested him 1 week back. Till yesterday evening 9 o'clock there was no message. So then I talked to him. Sir, if you have got a time, can you write a few lines and send to us? So we all will be very happy to listen to your message. He said, I can try. In the night 1:30, his message came. And then I downloaded in the morning and gave it to Neeraj. You must read it. So this is now. Then I told him in the light rain, when this message came through the message only, I thanked him and told him, from where you get the time. Then I told him jokingly that possibly time also standing in front of you, हाथ जोड़ के कि मैं आगे नहीं पढ़ूंगा जब तक आप बोलोगे नहीं. And this is really fact. Sometimes you wonder, okay, man doesn't tire, he just carries on. From where you get this strength? This is what I always feel, and that's how possibly I am here today. You needn't to go anywhere. Your inspiration source is here itself. Just look at your boss. The way he's working day and night, he never tired, he never get many times. I'm very careful that when I communicate to him, keeping in mind because it's not doing one thing. 1,001 things are at his disposal. When we should talk to him, what we should talk to him, but he never get irritated and always available. As Dr. Chalya mentioned that in the small things, we project to him and he will give a solution. And solution which comes, then you start wondering, why didn't I think this way? See, that's how you learn. That means people have the capabilities, humans have the capabilities. It's a question of that how you put it to its use. Because we want to remain in comfort zone. Then things don't move. Then you don't get extraordinary things. So this is what I am telling. Why I am telling this? Because our students, they should know it. They should not limit themselves that this is enough, they have done enough, that will do, 50% marks will do, 60% marks will do. No, there is no end. Why not 100%? If not at least 95% or 100%, you can do it. And what you are doing it, you will gain your own confidence if you do well in academics and exams. So what I am trying to say is that today is the day when I have the opportunity to talk to all of you and to share my thoughts. Now in the end I would like to say that I was just going through this autobiography of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So he was very much influenced with Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. Autobiography of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, an Indian Pilgrim, is the book or the autobiography, where he has said, I was not going to follow the beaten track, come what may. I was going to lead a life conducive to my spiritual welfare and upliftment of the humanity. I was going to make a profound study of philosophy. He was a BA, graduation he has done in philosophy, so that I could solve the fundamental problems of life. Look at the clarity in his thoughts right from beginning. In practical life, I was going to emulate Ramakrishna and Vivekananda as far as possible. In fact, he has a deep impact or deep effect of the teachings of Vivekananda. So I was also learning somewhere that he was influenced so much. When he was in the college or in school, he used to go and beg food for the poor people. He will beg and then distribute among the poor. In any case, I was not going in for worldly career. This was the outlook with which I faced a new chapter in my life. So these are some few things which are written in autobiography. So with these words, I would like to say again that these occasions we should utilize fully and see to it that how it helps in national building. So thank you very much, all of you. And it is quite cold, but still I'm happy to see this. And that was reminding me when I was posted in Leh in Kargil, where you find that snow in front of your room and you come out, and when the temperature goes down -20, -30, and the Fauji's actually, as usual, they become, now you must be wondering today, like Siachen and other places, the borders, our soldiers must be there, they must be there, but this is written for them, because it is a mental makeup that comes by its own. They are fearless, whether it is weather conditions or facing the bullet of the enemy. So those things automatically come. So that is only come, you have to prepare yourself. That's what Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, that things engraved in him right from beginning. He just allowed to grow them in him and sacrificed his life. So he is really a national hero, unfortunately unsung hero, but we should strive or try hard that he get the place in the history as he should. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Subharati.
हम आगे बढ़ते जाओ।